Welcome to the first of our falls prevention videos. Today we're doing our level 1 video. So this is going to be a chair-based session and it's going to be suitable for those that have a fear of falling, anyone that's had at least one fall in the last 6 months and generally need to improve their balance. To start with, we are going to take a seat. So stand in front of the chair, start with your feet hip width apart, stand up nice and tall. I'm just going to lean back to the chair so you feel the chair with your hands, sit your bottom down on the chair. Now initially there's different positions we take on the chair, and to move about on the chair, hold on to the sides of the chair and you just hip walk back, which means lifting one bum cheek off the chair at a time to get to the back of the chair and sit upright. This is our pit stop position, so if at any point during the exercise session you need to take a rest or you just need to have a little break, get yourself into this position before you then continue. So when we're doing any of the exercises, we need to be on the front third of the chair. So we're going to take our hands on the chair, lean forwards to then hip walk to the front third of the chair, sitting up nice and tall. Bring your feet so they're hip width apart with your ankles directly below your knees. Then we sit up nice and tall, still holding onto the chair, just to get our shoulders in the right position. Just going to roll them back and down. So this is our posture check, which we need to ensure we have for each exercise. Then we're going to start off with getting our circulation going. So we're just going to do a gentle exercise which needs to last for about 2 to 3 minutes, which will get the blood flowing in our body, warm our muscles up and loosen our joints a little bit. So the exercise we're going to do is marches, and we'll ease into different varieties of that. So to start with, again, that starting position, we're just going to start with our arms first. So what we're going to do is take one arm off and those movements. So we start with 5 on each side, turn down, same on the other. Okay, and then we can progress, if you've got the balance, to both arms. And then we're going to introduce our feet movement. So, both hands on the chair to start with. I'm just going to lift our feet up gently. So, being seated, these movements are quite small, so we don't need to lift our knees too high up. The heel lifts off the floor first, the toe touches the floor first. And then we can add one arm. If you're only comfortable taking one arm off the chair, to progress from that, we just add a bigger arm movement. Same on the other side. Again, to progress to a bigger arm movement. Then progress from that, if you've got the balance, to take both arms off, keeping that back up nice and tall. Good. Then take hands back on the chair, hip walk to the back of the chair, and that is our circulation exercises. We're now going to do our mobility exercises. So we're going to hip walk to the front of the third of the chair. Again, keeping our back up nice and tall. The feet and knees in the correct position. So the first exercise, we're going to do some shoulder raises for this. Just lift our shoulders up and relax down. So we're looking to do 3 to 5 of those. And for a progression, is to try and use bigger shoulder movements. So lifting your shoulders higher and down if you have the mobility to do so. And the next one is our shoulder rolls. So this time we lift our shoulders up, roll them back. Lift the shoulders up, roll them back. Again, to progress from this, shoulders higher and down. Looking to do 3 to 5 in total. The next one is an exercise called side bends, which is going to start mobilising our spine. So again, start up nice and tall. Let your hands touch the sides of the chair this time instead of holding on. I'm just going to slowly lean down one side. Keep looking forwards. Don't lean forwards. Slowly back to the middle and down the other side. Good, back to the middle. Looking to do 3 on each side. Good, and then take hold of the chair. The next one is a spinal rotation. So getting the spine rotating a little bit and loosen that up. So to start, hold on one side of the chair. With the other arm, we're going to turn our body and turn our head to face one side. And slowly back to the middle. Take the hand on the other side of the chair, do the same on the other side. Again, we're going to do 3 on each side. Good, and back to the middle, holding onto both sides of the chair. The next one's going to get the leg muscles warmed up and mobilised with our calf raises. So, our normal position with our feet hip width apart, ankles directly below your knees. What we can do, sitting up tall, is lift our heels off the floor and relax them back down again. Again, looking to do 3 to 5 of those. Good, nice and slow movements. We'll do 1 more. Fantastic. And that is our mobility exercises. We've reached the dynamic endurance section now. So in this section, we're going to be getting our heart rate up and working our lungs a little bit more. The first exercise we've got is our side taps. So this is going to help improve the cardiorespiratory system and help with some lower leg muscle endurance as well. And this will benefit exercises like walking to the shops, going out into the garden, etc. So we start with our hands on the chair to make sure we're in that front third of the chair still. And then 1 foot, we touch our toe onto the floor and bring it back with your foot flat on the floor. Okay, same on the other side. And back. Making sure that our feet do not go more than hip width apart on the step. So it's just to the side and back. So we're looking to build up between 6 and 8 of these on each foot. And to progress with this, we can add a bicep curl as you take 1 foot forward and back. And further progression, if you feel comfortable with your balance, is to do a bicep curl with both arms on each step. Fantastic. And then take hold of the sides of the chair again. Just remember, if at any point you need a rest, hip walk to the back of the chair into your pit stop position. Okay, so the next one is our side steps. So again, working on our cardiorespiratory system. It's going to help with daily activities like stepping around objects. If you're in a supermarket, you've got to move around anything, and also general walking as well. So back up nice and straight. Just bring our feet a little bit closer to begin with. We're going to take a small step to one side and back to the middle. Small step on the other side, back to the middle. Again, building up to sort of 6 to 8 repetitions on each foot. Good, and progression for this is bringing one up to the side. Each time you take a step to the side, so staying the same with the other foot and arm. remembering to keep small steps with the feet. The further progression is both arms off. Fantastic. That is our side steps. So the next one we're going to do is our wide base sway. So to begin with, just going to look to lean on one side of the chair. So one side of your bottom lifts off the chair, back to the start. Same on the other. Again, the purpose of this exercise is to improve your balance when getting in and out of a chair. And the progression for this one is bring one arm with your palm facing upwards across your body. Great. And the next exercise is our lunges. So this is going to improve the stamina in our lower body, so into our legs, which will help in stepping up onto the pavement and in and out from the guarding, bending down to pick stuff up, because you will have stronger legs. So, taking hold of the chair, going to bring one foot slightly forward, ensuring it's flat on the floor, and keeping it back up straight. Keep it firm and lean forwards. And back to the start. And we do 5 on one side. So leaning forwards, transferring some of that weight onto that front leg, and back. Good, and to progress, you can take one or both arms off the chair. Good, bring your foot back, and we'll do the same on the other side. Back up nice and straight, bring my left foot forward, my feet flat on the floor. Lean forwards, transfer the weight onto the front leg and back. Good, and progress, take one hand off or both hands off. Good, and return to your start position. This is our dynamic balance section. So during these exercises, we're going to focus on ones that are going to improve your balance and help with day-to-day activities that involve that. So the first one we're going to do is an exercise called our tandem walking. So place the hands to the sides of the chair, bring your heels back just slightly. Again, look up nice and tall. What we're going to do is take one little step forward with our feet on each side. Turn back to the start position. So we'll go through this 3 times. This is going to help with daily activities like walking on narrow streets, walking through crowds of people, so you can get used to walking with your feet closer together. Progression is take one or both arms off the chair. And then return to the start point. The next one we've got is toe walking. So for this will help with daily activities, such as if you've got to step over any objects, you've got to lean forwards and step over something. So start nice and tall. So you're going to start with our feet flat on the floor, and we're going to lift both heels off the floor, one foot at a time, just a little step with our toes forward, and a little step back to the starting point, and just relax your heels down at the end of each repetition. So again, heels up, 2 small steps, and then back. Heels down. Again, to progress, 1 or 2 arms off the chair. Good, and return to the start position. So the next one is similar, but this time it's heel walking. So we're just doing small steps on our heels. So similar to the last one, will help if you've got to step over any objects where you might be slightly off balance. So for this one, same starting point, you just bring one heel forward and the other, so the toes stay off the floor. Slowly back to the start position. Again, you can put your feet flat each time, so we're not putting too much pressure onto our heels. And to progress, one or both arms off the chair. And place your feet down. Fantastic. Right, so the next one we've got is our sit to stand exercise. So for this, hands beside the chair, make sure your feet hip width apart, those ankles directly below your knees. And then we're going to lean forwards with our arms, we're going to push up to the standing position. Bend your knees down, feel your hands back to feel the chair. Bring your bottom down onto the chair, back to the start position. So we're looking to do 5 of those. Good, and return to the start position. If anyone's not got the strength to push up from the chair to do the sit stand, as an alternative, you can practice sort of rocking forwards and back. So holding onto the chair, roll forwards just with the back of your bottom lifting up off the chair each time. So you get that momentum. And then from that you can progress with trying to push yourself up from the chair. And so back to the starting position. We're now going to do our resistance training exercises. So this is going to focus on strengthening the muscles around the body. So the first one we're going to do is our outer thigh strengthener. So for this, we use our resistance band. What we do is actually just wrap the band underneath your legs. Okay, so you're holding each edge down. Then you can sit up nice and tall. Just bring our feet close together. Holding onto the band, what we do is just pull our knees away from each other. This is strengthening the outer thigh muscles. I'm looking to do at least 5 of these. This will benefit activities such as getting in and out of the car. Okay, back to the starting position. So the next exercise is our leg press. So again, this is going to strengthen all the muscles in the legs, and it's going to help on activities such as stepping up onto a pavement, going upstairs. So what we do, drop the band down, holding both ends, lift one foot up, bring the mat back, band back. Then we're going to step down on the band, so the bottom third of our foot is standing onto the band. We then roll our hands down the band so it's under a bit of tension. Sit up nice and tall, lift the foot up, bring the hands in towards the hips, then keep it up nice and tall, stretch the leg out, bend back, extend, and back. So we're going to do 5 on each leg. Good. Then relax your foot down, lift your heel up to release the band. I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Put the band under some tension there, the foot flat on the floor. Lift the foot up, hands into the heel, so the band should be stretching a bit now. Extend the leg and bend in. relax down, the heel off the floor and release the band. The next exercise is our upper back strength. So again, getting in our start position, with our palms facing upwards, take the band about 3 inches apart. Bring the elbows into the side of your ribs. So this exercise is going to improve the strength in our upper back. It will help with activities such as wiping worktops down and carrying shopping. So nice and tall. So what we're going to do is slowly bring our hands apart, stretch the band and back. Okay, looking to at least 5 of those. If you find it's too resistant, the band's too hard, bring your hands slightly further back or make it slightly easier. Likewise, if you find it too easy, bring your hands closer together or make it more difficult. Fantastic. So the next exercise we're going to do is our back of our arms strengthening. So this will help with daily activities such as pushing yourself out of a chair and getting out of a car. So for this, drop one side of the band down to the floor, place it in, flatten out with your feet, so both feet standing on the band. And the band needs to go into the front of the hand first, and we feel down so we've got some tension there. Staying up nice and tall, holding onto the chair with the other arm if you need to. Just going to keep the arms straight, pull it back. Just making sure both feet are flat on the floor, holding the band down. Looking to do 5 of these. Good. And just lift your heels to release the band. We repeat on the other side. Nice and tall. Fantastic. And then we're going to our bicep curl, so strengthening the front of our arms. So that will help with day-to-day activities such as carrying any shopping, any objects around the house. For this, we just need to adjust the band so it actually goes in through the back of the hand. And we'll do the left hand first, we've got it on that side. So nice and tall. You can feel down so the band's under tension when your hands beside your leg. And we do keep our elbows close to the side. We're just going to bend the elbow like so. Again, working up to 5 on each side. If it's too difficult, you can have your hands slightly higher. If it's too easy, bring your hands further down. Lift the heels to release the band. We do the same on the other side. On the other hand, get that enough resistance. Fantastic. And then to release the band, press on your legs and just ensure you're still in that correct starting position. It's now time for the cool down section of the session, and for this the aim is to bring the heart rate down slowly and just get the blood and oxygen returning to the body as normal. So we do a reverse of the circulation exercises essentially. So we start with our march using our feet and our arms, depending how your balance is. You might be able to do both hands off or just one. But remember, start of our feet moving. Nice small movements with the legs, slightly larger movements with the arms. And you can bring down the movements as we need to with the arms. Okay, if you haven't feel uncomfortable with the balance, hold on one side of the chair. Swapping sides. Good, and then we can do it just with the legs. And then just with our arms, again, got that balance initially, just with both arms at the same time. And bringing it down to one arm. Same on the other side. Good, and return to the start position. So now we're going to do our flexibility stretches. So returning our muscles and extending our muscle flexibility. So first we're going to do is stretching our upper back. For this, we're just going to stretch our arms up. If you're worried about your balance, you can do one arm at a time, holding each one for about 10 seconds. So if you feel comfortable not holding on for this exercise, you can just do both arms together. Good, and same then for mid-back, for our stretch out in front. So if you can, stretch both arms out together. If you need that support, just one arm at a time. Good, and then relax down. Then we're going to stretch our shoulders next. So it's going to bring one arm across the body. Again, if you've got the balance to take the other hand off, to support it with the other hand. If not, you can hold on to the chair. And same on the other side. Supporting it if you're able to. Good, then we stretch the front of the upper body next. So bring your hands to the back of the chair and just lift the front of our upper body up and push back off the hands. And holding the stretch for 10 seconds. With all this, as with all the stretches, just make sure you're breathing throughout so you're not holding your breath through any of the stretches. Good, and relax down. Then we're going to stretch our lower body next. So we're going to do the backs of the upper legs, our hamstring muscles first. So you're just going to straighten one leg out in front, resting your hand, one or both hands on the bent leg. Just lean forwards, keeping your back up, keeping your chest up as well. And you feel that stretch. If you want to increase the stretch, you can stretch down with the hand on that side. And back up, relax. Same on the other. Keep the chest up, lean forwards. Stretch the other hand if needed. Good, and back. And to stretch our calf muscles, which is the lower muscles in the backs of the leg. Again, hold on to the chair for this. Just lift one toe off the floor. Push away, so the heels aren't touching the floor. Just push away, hold that position. Return, same on the other side. Good, and the next one we're going to stretch is the front of our thighs. So for this, again, hold on one side if you need, and to bring one leg up, bring one heel in. So if you've got the balance, you might want to do it like this, with both hands around the ankle. Good, and back down. If you're unable to lift your knee or reach your ankles with your feet, with your hands, sorry, you can just bend one foot back underneath the chair. But we'll do the same on the other leg. Good, and return to the start position. To finish up, we've got our Tai Chi exercises, which is just going to introduce some relaxation to finish up with. So the first one we've got is called rowing the oar. So to begin with, both hands on the sides of the chair. Place one foot in front, flat on the floor. And we'll start with one arm, which is the same side as the foot forward. Then just going to lean forwards and back. So bend your elbow as you come towards the body. Forwards and back. progress from that, you can take both hands off the chair if you feel comfortable doing so. Good. Back to the start position and repeat on the other side. Start with one hand. Then if you're comfortable, both hands off. Good, and return to the start position. And the next one is an exercise called waving our hands like clouds. So to start with, one hand on the chair, one hand up just in front of your face, and you bring your hand and arm across the body. Relax the arm down as you bring back to the start position. The other hand comes up. Do the same on the other side. Just trying to follow your hand. Okay, and return back to the start position. You can hip walk to the back of the chair to the pit stop position to finish up. So that is the conclusion of our level 1 falls prevention video. So hopefully give you some idea and some confidence how to start improving your strength and your balance. And then once you've done this a few times, feel you're ready to progress to the next stage, you can go to our level 2 video, which will be looking at standing but using the chair for support.